get you there.
Heart health benefits in just one small pill per day. Mega Red Omega-3 100% pure krill oil. Unlike fish oil, there's no fishy smell or aftertaste. All the powerful health benefits of Mega Red and Mega Red Extra Strength.
Hey Nate, stop by now and get 3 high-efficiency ace-pleated furnace air filters for just $9.99 and get help from your neighbors who've received the J.D. Power Award for customer satisfaction 7 years in a row at Ace, the helpful place.
Ace is the place with the helpful clothes.
As a kid, I made a list of all the places I wanted to visit. I'm still not going to make it to Mars, but thanks to Hotwire's incredibly low travel prices, I can afford to cross more things off my list. This year alone, we went to the top of the Statue of Liberty and still saved enough to go to Texas, to a real dude ranch. Hotwire competitions rates every day, so they can guarantee their low prices. So we got our
TWIRE, hotwire.com.
Save big on car rentals too, from $11.95.
I was so jealous of my husband. He looks younger than me. So I got Sudden Change Firming Serum.
Sudden Change helps under eye lines, wrinkles, and puffiness disappear instantly.
So now who's younger?
Make a sudden change.
Chris so but she
On Monday, only the Weather Channel.
Was rename this into why we're because it goes in to
is exactly going. It's amazing how they've been intractable about their positions. They've been stepping up the intensity a little bit on both sides. The GFS model has been consistently showing a stronger storm, strong tropical storm right now, whereas the European model is consistently showing a much weaker storm. So there's a wide range of possible impacts along the coast.
The atmosphere for now does appear to be at least moderately favorable, but we're also watching then this big cold front that's going to really steer it too.
Yeah, there are some things that are very favorable right now. There's a big area of high pressure aloft. There's lighter wind aloft. You can really see that in the cloud pattern, so that's favorable. There's a lot of dry air lurking in the northwestern part of the Gulf of Mexico. So if this thing really begins to get involved with that dry air, that's going to make a difference. So the hurricane hunters have been out here. They have been finding very strong winds, 60 miles per hour, and that's why they're ready to pull the trigger on this. They're finding some evidence of circulation north of the Yucatan. It's a very right-handed storm, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. So here's the list on the Invest area now being given a 100% chance of developing. It's going to be named Karen within the hour. Here's the satellite picture, and here's the upper talking about fanning out there off to the north, just like that. Indicates an area of high pressure aloft that is ideal for strengthening. So the limiting factor at this point is the fact that you've got this dry air in the western part of the Gulf. What exactly is that going to do? This is water vapor imagery. So right in here, obviously a lot of moisture associated with the tropical storm. Then you've got all kinds of moisture around it. But here across the northwestern part of the Gulf of Mexico, that area in orange, that is dry air. And so what the models are doing, the two different models that we pay a lot of attention to, one of them is saying it will move more to the east, it will fend off that dry air, and therefore will be able to strengthen to very nearly a hurricane possibly, while the other model is saying it's going to get more over to the west and get more involved with that dry air, and that is going to keep it a weaker system.
Having said all of that,
Yep.
what's the takeaway here for folks that live along the Gulf Coast? I mean, they have to start preparing now.
I think you have to be prepared for the possibility of a very serious storm because the GFS has been very consistent about this. Now, the European is a really reliable model, and generally speaking, it's a little more reliable than the GFS. But you have to be prepared for the possibility of something serious because the GFS has really been sticking with this for a long time. And this is what the two models are showing specifically now. So we're looking at lines of equal pressure. European model being indicated by those blue lines, the GFS model being indicated by the yellow lines. So we're looking for these areas of concentric circles. That's where the areas of low pressure are located. So the European model is showing a modest area of low pressure coming into the Louisiana coast on Saturday morning. That would mean really almost no impacts at the coast, maybe a slight increase in the wind and a little bit in the way of wave action, but mostly it would be a rainmaker in that case. Now the GFS model, look at all the lines in here. This is indicating a much lower central pressure. This is a much stronger storm, a much more serious storm, and the GFS model is showing this coming into the northern Gulf Coast on Sunday morning towards Florida, and what it would be doing is creating very strong wind there in northern Florida, also kicking up the waves, and there would be coastal impacts from over a large area from northwest Florida into southern Alabama and into Mississippi. So there is this possibility that we're looking at a very serious storm. We have to take that seriously.
The panhandle of Florida is a fairly surge-prone coastline.
Oh, yeah.
So now we got to think about what we're going to do, especially right at the coast, in addition to the wind impact and the rain impact.
We do have to think about that, and what we're going to try to do in the next couple of days here is really narrow down. Hopefully, we get a new run of the European model coming in this afternoon. Hopefully, they begin to come together a little bit more, and we'll have a better idea of what's going to happen. But we want folks to know it is possible that we've got a real serious storm coming to you.
Just looking at our internal breaking weather alert system here at the Weather Channel, we now have Tropical Storm Karen. Breaking news for you here at the Weather Channel. We're going to get you the hurricane and tropical storm watches on as soon as we possibly can, but it officially has a name now, Carl.
That's
so
right.
It gets a name. People take it seriously. You have to enact your plan now.
60-mile-per-hour storm. It's moving now north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. So yes, if you live along the Gulf Coast, anywhere from northwest Florida, southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, even into Louisiana, you need to pay very close attention from this point forward and see what's going on with the storm.
If evacuation orders are issued, you're going to have to take those seriously. Prepare your home, get your family out of harm's way. Again, breaking news for you this morning right here on the Weather Channel. We have newly named Tropical Storm Karen. Watches and warnings will go up for the Gulf Coast states. We'll have those for you next.
Our local Doppler radar.